Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. So, after something like 10 years, I finally managed to go back to India last year, although this time not for work. I visited Rajasthan, truly an amazing place. And of course I had a lot of fantastic food, all of which I can't wait to try to make myself and feature on this channel. This flatbread, called Bajra Roti, is typical of the region and very easy to make. Palak Paneer, on the other hand, isn't specific to Rajasthan, but it surely fits because Rajasthan is the most vegetarian state in India. I'm not vegetarian, but we love this dish and I've already made it several times. So let's see how it's done. I will start by chopping a few shallots. I got these ones from a local Indian shop, but you can use an onion instead, just as long as it's chopped thinly enough so as not to find any large bits in the finalized dish. I'm also going to mince a couple of garlic cloves. Then I'm going to blend the tomato. If you're in a hurry or if you simply want to obtain a super smooth texture, I guess you could also blend shallots and garlic together with the tomato. And now it's time for palak, which is the word for spinach in Hindi and in most other Indian languages. I'm going to blanch 350 grams of it for a minute or two, just enough to wilt it. You don't want to boil it for too long, or it will start losing its vibrant green color. For the same reason, I'm going to drain it and then immediately transfer it into cold water to stop the cooking process. Of course, you can skip this step if you don't mind too much about the color. Now I'm going to remove it from the water and blend it with just a bit of water. I would say about half a glass. This dish is often known also as saagpaneer, where saag, or saga depending on the language, is the generic word for leafy vegetables, so you can replace spinach with other greens of your choice. Nice! And now I'm going to dice 200 grams of paneer. Paneer can either be added to the dish as is, which is a healthier option I suppose, or you can shallow fry it in vegetable oil like I'm doing. Just a few minutes until it's slightly browned on all sides. After removing the paneer, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds to the same pan. Only a few seconds so they release their aroma. Then I'm going to add the chopped shallots, 3 cardamom pods, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, a spice blend that you can find in most supermarkets, and a teaspoon of ginger paste, or you can grate some fresh ginger. I'm also going to throw in the minced garlic, the tomato puree, a couple of dry chilies, and 1 teaspoon of salt. You can omit the chilies or add more depending on how spicy you want it, considering that garam masala already contains some chili powder. I'm going to saute this for about 5 minutes until most of the liquid from the tomato is absorbed, and that's when I remove the cardamom pods and add in spinach and paneer cubes. At this point, it only has to reheat and simmer for 5 minutes and it's ready. You can serve it with rice or naan, but as I told you, I wanted to show you this typical Rajasthani flatbread called Bajra Roti and made with pearl millet flour. I'm going to add 170 grams of it to 300 milliliters of boiling water, to which I added half a teaspoon of salt. I've tried these rotis a few times, and I can tell you that it's important to sieve the flour before you throw it in to reduce the chances of having lumps in the dough. Since millet doesn't contain gluten, cooking the flour for a couple of minutes like I'm doing is also key to make the dough much easier to work with and the rotis less likely to break when you cook them. Basically, hot water allows the starch to gelatinize and to hold the dough together. Now I can turn off the heat, but I'm going to keep stirring for a couple of minutes to make sure there are no lumps, and then I'll let it cool down for at least 10 minutes. The dough has cooled down, so I'm going to knead it a bit. And then I'm going to divide it into 4 bowls. I'm going to roll each one of them into a disc, a couple of millimeters in thickness. It's always good to sprinkle some flour so the dough doesn't stick to the rolling pin. All the rotis are ready to cook, so I'm going to reheat the tawa, or you can use a large enough non-stick pan or iron skillet. I'm going to set it on medium heat and I'm going to place a roti on it. After a couple of minutes, I'm going to flip it, cook it for 15 more seconds, and then flip it again. This time pressing it with a spatula. This should allow the roti to puff up, but Bajra rotis don't seem to do it as much as regular ones. Now I'm going to brush them with some melted butter and they're ready. Soft and with an earthy flavor, they're perfect to scoop your favorite curry, or a great palak paneer like in this case. It's so rich and creamy, and the combination with Bajra Roti indeed takes me back to hot and colorful Rajasthan. I truly hope you get to try this dish, with or without Bajra Roti, as it's easy to prepare and definitely worth it. Let me know if you do. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. So, where are we going next?